the man from down under with a little thunder, WWE and Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer, Bushwhacker Luke. I hear something else comes from down under too. The Wrestling with Figs podcast with my mates Chris and James. You gotta tune into this great podcast because Chris and James will give you all the inside info. Whoa! Yay!
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to episode 27 of the Wrestling with Figs podcast. I'm your host, Chris Manock, over in the West, and joining us over in the East is our other host,
James Thomas from beautiful Port Macquarie, and it's actually been sunny over here. I'm proud to say it's been sunny for about 6 weeks. It's absolutely stunning. So, welcome everybody.
James?
I'm very well. How are you, mate?
I'm good. We've had a double dose of the man flu. I was struck down with tonsillitis. You were struck down with a different bug. How are you feeling?
Lighter, to say the least. A little bit lighter. I had a gastro bug, so I'm feeling about 3 kilos lighter. And Chris is looking lighter too because he laid off the Vietnamese rolls. So well done, mate.
Mates, tonsillitis, never had it before in my life, and then 4 days of being unable to eat does wonders for your waistline, just not eating. So this is a top tip for you youngsters out there. If you want to lose a few kilos, don't eat. Don't take my advice though. It's not a doctor's advice. Hey, in your state of disrepair, what did you do? Did you just relax, watch movies, or did you still have to deal with your kids?
No, I definitely had to deal with my kids. The bug went through the household, except one of my boys. But no, it's quite horrendous, Chris. We're talking off air. It's one of those sicknesses that debilitates you, and you can't get comfortable. You can't sleep through it. You've just got to ride the wave of that 24 hours of hell. It's horrible. Yeah. And it happens once a year. As a dad, it happens once a year.
I had a gastro bug in about 2014 or 2015. And I woke up on the Monday morning at about 3 a.m. spewing and pooing. And the Monday was the first day of our Year 7 camp for kids at school. So, and over here, we used to take the kids over to Rottnest, which is an island off the coast of WA. So it's about a half an hour ferry trip. And I sent a text to the other teacher who was organising it. I said, I can't go. I'm so crook. And he said, well, we need you there because we don't have enough supervision otherwise. We don't have anyone else we can take. What do you want to do? And I said, look, I'll just leave it as late as possible and see what happens. And I ended up going and spent 3 days in like quarantine in my own little house. And no one else got it. And I got through those 3 days because once you're over there, you can sort of look after the kids. But at night time, you need an adult in each house. And yes, every now and then when I feel a bit crook, I'm just like, I got through camp. I can get through this.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot's been happening in the I guess the sporting world and collecting world. About the Golden State Warriors took out the NBA 2022 championship. I was hoping to
big Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr, what a legend! Five rings as a player and 4 as a head coach. Like that is a phenomenal record. Hey, amazing.
You know, the best thing about Steve Kerr is he's not done yet. He's still pretty young.
Yeah, so and he's a bloody legend. Got a lot of time.
Golden State, that's a huge comeback from where they were.
Yeah. Steph Curry he's got to be the greatest shooter ever. Ever. Yeah. Like, he just does not miss. And it's he obviously gets more in than he doesn't.
Yeah.
Week in, week out. It's phenomenal to watch him. Phenomenal.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah.
What about Vince, mate? Bit of news about Vince.
Yeah,
Vince is going well.
What's going on there? Do you know the background there, Chris?
Well, the story is that he's had an affair with a staffer, and then he's paid her off with some hush money, which is against whatever regulations the WWE has. My favourite thing, whenever a story like this happens, and it looks pretty serious, is the fans straight away go, "It's a work." So it's work. It's work. Don't worry about it. Vince will be fine. This is all just an angle. And then I thought it was really weird that he came out on SmackDown and did you see that?
No.
he came out on SmackDown, started the show, and just said, thank you for the WWE Universe for being so supportive. Remember, we're then, now, forever together, and really pushed that sort of together word, and then just left. And like 2 sentences and left. And then I think he did the same thing on Raw. He came out and just sort of talked up John Cena returning and then left again. So just strange that he wants to put himself in the limelight again.
He's been doing it for so long; it must be addictive. Hey, I've got a movie recommendation, mate, for all of our listeners. It's on the Disney Channel or the Disney app, whatever you want to call it, and it's called Rise. It's actually the story of Giannis Antetokounmpo from the Milwaukee Bucks. Yeah. I can't say his last name, but I didn't know his story. But he's a Nigerian, so his parents fled Nigeria, left a child in Nigeria for a better life in Greece. And it's an amazing story of him and his brothers basically living in poverty and running from the police because they're illegal immigrants to now being, if not the top 3, if not the best player in the NBA right now. So amazing story. So that's Rise on the Disney Channel. You can thank me later.
Also seeing as we're turning this show now to movie recommendations, went and saw Top Gun 2. Now, never seen the first one. Watched it the night before I saw the second one. And look, there I am. My call sign is Riptide. Riptide. Your call sign would probably be douche kebab, I reckon.
It'd be Gastro.
Gastro, yeah, runny bum. So very, very cool. I really enjoyed the movie. I know you've seen it as well. Hey, the other day I was just scrolling through my normal feeds and I saw this photo. I want to show it to you before we get into community news. Can you tell me what it is and what it's from?
Yeah, that was Warriors comeback match in like 2000 and I'm going to say 2010 maybe.
Yeah, his last ever match that he fought. Yeah. He's in good shape there still, isn't he?
Oh, amazing. You can see why he died of a heart attack.
Crazy to think that he died of a heart attack, but you just wonder how much extra help he had on those muscles.
Yeah, years and years of that. Years and years. No, well done, RIP Warrior.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into it, buddy. You ready for community news?
Let's do it.
News.
And good evening to Steve Campbell and Rocco Madaffrey joining us in the comments. If you're watching live, make sure you drop us a line and let us know you're watching live.
Absolutely. Huge shout out to Go Figure Collectibles, major sponsor of the Wrestling with Figs podcast. Big thanks to Jeff and his team. Head to their website or go in store and use your code FDU5 to receive your 5% off. Whilst we're talking about community, Figs Down Under community on Facebook, come and join us. Great group of guys and girls who share a passion for collecting, and it's a great group of supportive fellow collectors. So come over and join us. Well, let's get into figure news, buddy. I feel like we haven't seen each other or spoken for a very long time, but the wheels keep turning in the collecting world. So let's kick it off with. I'll let you speak to this one. So Mattel, the WWE
Mattel's Superstars line has started to drop in stores over in the USA. You won't see these here in Australia. We've got the James's favourite $1 Million Man, best $1 Million Man ever made. In the green suit, you've got a Mankind with the mask and Papa Shango. Papa Shango doesn't look so flash there because he's looking down. I reckon if his head was looking up, he might look a bit better. Yeah. And the other thing with Papa Shango is he really needs either the beads or the staff to go in the hand. Yeah. He's got a necklace, but I want to see that. Papa Shango was always carrying something. So I feel like he needs that. But very cool. These ones were posted by a American collector that he had got them somewhere. I don't think there's a fourth one, or if there is, I haven't seen it. And I think this is Series 2.
Yeah,
so the first series was
Mankind. Mankind looks really good.
Mankind looks good. I don't mind the Mankind. $1 Million Man's head looks good. Just the suit looks like one of the costumes you'd buy from the $2 shop.
the suit looks like he borrowed it off his dad. So it's a bit different.
But yeah, the Shango, not sure if I like that or not. But still cool to see new figures coming out. And it joins, I think Series 1 was what? Honky Tonk Man, Ric Flair, Hogan, and was it Kevin Nash? Scott Hall?
Wasn't it, what's his name? Bray Wyatt?
It could have been Bray Wyatt, yeah. So then there is the Scott Hall and Kevin Nash NWO figures too.
Yeah.
So I don't know what series these are. Because they're not here and I just can't see any need for me to collect these.
Yeah.
I haven't really followed it too closely. But pretty cool figures. They're coming out. Now, you spotted a prototype that you want to talk about.
A prototype. We're jumping the gun here, are we? The Brutus
I'm just
one?
doing what I want, mate. I just do what I want. I don't follow your script.
Okay, so worldwide toy pickups. We're gonna come back to figure news in a second, guys. Worldwide toy pickups. I shared a video of the Brutus Series 9 unreleased figure, the Mega Maniacs Brutus. Now this is from Toy Archive. Alex Bickmore. He's got a YouTube channel called Back in Time. And this is his graded, I think it's 80 or 85, unreleased Series 9 Brutus Mega Maniacs prototype. So those that don't know the backstory, I encourage you to watch the video. It's pretty cool. But basically, Brutus was in the original line. Have we got the advert there, Chris?
Yeah, we do, mate. Here it is.
So there's a famous advert that was the Series 9, along with, you can see Doink, the Steiner Brothers, $1 Million Man. Now, Brutus was meant to come out in this set. And at that time, pretty sure Brutus went to WCW or the Mega Maniacs broke up. So they removed this. And this is the second prototype that's been found. Obviously, Matt Cardona has the other one. This one is in much better shape. And it's actually the one from this magazine advert, which is pretty sick. And that was obviously replaced with a Tatanka figure. So we had a duplicate Tatanka figure from Series 6. So a bit of history there, but that's a great piece of Hasbro history to pop up after all these years. I love this.
Hey, James, who's standing on the shoulders?
That's Scott Steiner.
So, and that Rick Steiner, that's not the attire he was released in, is it?
No. So these are all hand-painted prototypes. So both Rick and Rick, definitely a different, similar but different. Even Doink, if you look at Doink there, that's a different.
So that Rick Steiner would be worth a fair bit as well, considering it would be a different look to the final figure.
Yeah, but I do know this collector here that has this. He also has the Scott Steiner. He has the $1 Million Man. He did have the Hacksaw that come out in this set with the flag.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure he doesn't have Rick or Doink. But nonetheless,
Rick's a cool one.
Yeah, it looks really good, really good.
All right, now let's go back on schedule.
Jazzwares, you want to speak to Jazzwares, mate?
All right, so Jazzwares announced their Unmatched Series 4 collection coming out through Ringside. First, you've got Jade Cargill, Chris Jericho, CM Punk, which people I'm sure will be excited about being able to buy more Punk figures. Cody Rhodes. Interesting Cody Rhodes when he has left the company, Adam Page and MJF. I feel like that MJF figure, I've seen it 50 times in AEW figures. It's like the same. He's got one look and they release it over and over and over again. The Jericho is an old Jericho, not a current, which I think is kind of cool. And some really good figures there. The CM Punk, if you look at it closely, you can see that the legs look a little bit better than they did in that first proto we looked at a few pods back. But some good-looking figures. They also showed the Cody Chase, which is a 1 of 3,000 Inspector Gadget style Cody Chase. He's got the long coat on, the pants. I would like this. I think I'm not a huge AEW collector, but I would like this. One thing that bothers me, though, is if these chases, the 1 of 3,000s, are in the right people's hands, they'll never be open. So why put an extra head in?
Yeah.
Now, I have a theory on this too, James.
Yep.
Right now, we're at the end of the plastic packaging era. So by probably 2023, plastic packaging, I think, will cease to exist. Everything will be in boxes.
Yeah,
because there's a global push on reduction of plastic. So does that mean the last few runs of figures that are going to have plastic windows are going to be highly collectible because they won't have figures like that in the future?
Maybe. So only just found out about that. I think it was Adam Topless put something up on Figs Down Under group. So with NECA, right? NECA turtles, some of them are like they're boxed, but then you can open it up and it's got a window. So from now on, even that won't exist. Like Bubbles definitely won't.
I think that this is a work in progress. I couldn't tell you what the toy companies are going to do, but
that'll be interesting.
It is very interesting because if you're a mock collector and you can't actually see the figure, what's the point?
Well, Daniel Lang comes to mind. He's got a huge room of mint on card pieces, so that would throw a spanner in the works.
Yep, I just think it's going to be a very interesting time in the collecting world. I guess, I don't know, I suppose people can still use different countries who maybe don't use those same regulations, but once they start selling them in their own country, they'll have to follow their own country's laws. So,
well, who knows? I don't think we'll have a say in it. It'll just be whatever we get, we'll get. Cool.
Yeah,
all right. Next up, we've got Heels and Faces. Series 1 is now in the USA, and which is pretty exciting, mate. So probably another month or two before we get ours.
Right. Can I just say, just stop. Yep. Okay. You know, I've been on Zombies' case.
You have.
They said May, then they actually said January, then they said February, then they said May, then they blamed COVID, then they said June. I had a look. I brought up on the screen. This is the original advert for the Heels and Faces line. James, can you just read the bottom line there about when pre-orders will be available for Series 1?
Well, it's exactly 12 months and 1 week ago that they were
Thursday, the 17th of June. And I remember I got up in the middle of the night and I ordered these figures because I didn't want to miss out. And I got my figures that I wanted. And it's been over a year from the order and I haven't got it yet. Where are my figures, James?
Look, I understand your frustration, mate, but I just think, mate, there's plenty of other toy lines that take just as long. Plenty of
collectors have died. Like I know of collectors who have died in that time frame. Like I don't think that's a fair deal. There should have been some sort of.
I will only start whinging and jumping up and down if I get the product and it's rubbish. Because up until now, what he's producing and what he's promoting looks absolutely phenomenal. But I'm in no rush.
I just want to know what the hold up is because he sent a big picture of. It said the shipping containers arrived. Like I don't think that there's that many.
Gig, it'd be a tough gig. Like. He's doing it all on his own too. Like
he needs to get Brian Wise and Cardona can go and jump in his factory and start sorting out some boxes and get those boxes shipped out because I think the product looks fantastic. I love the product, but it's a bloody long time to wait.
It is.
Now,
it is.
In fairness to Zombie, because Zombie's smaller, independent, Mattel Creations, who took my money for the ring. That is also getting closer and closer to a year. When was that? Did we order? It was last year, wasn't it?
I don't know. I never ordered it, so
I'll look into when that Mattel Creations was done, and that could take another 6 months easily.
Yeah, and don't forget, last year was a tough year worldwide.
Why? What happened?
There was this thing called COVID, and never heard of her. Good sort.
Still wrecking things over here, COVID too.
Exactly. Now, he's revealed also the Paul Roma Power and Glory prototype. What about that?
Yeah, now, look, Zombie, I love you again. This looks really cool. Power and Glory definitely needed a Hasbro set. Paul Roma and Hercules.
100%.
I was watching, what pay-per-view was it? I think it may have been SummerSlam 90 just the other day.
Yep.
Maybe it was not 90. I can't remember, but there was a Hercules Paul Roma match, and I was just watching it going, why are there no Hasbros of these two? That is a dead bang on sculpt of Paul Roma.
It's amazing. It is phenomenal. I keep saying it. Like I would love to watch the process from start to finish. Right, that is amazing. And do you reckon he's going to put soft goods on that, or do you reckon it's going to be plastic? You know, they wore that.
I would
cut
love
off.
those stupid sunglasses.
Yeah,
And the white
Midriff.
crop top. Yeah.
Yeah, the old midriff.
Now we
And hopefully
now
he
we need to
comes
get
out.
Slick out as well.
Hopefully he comes out with Hercules as well at the same time.
I've got a feeling there's a problem with Hercules. I've got a feeling that there's some sort of licensing problem because that's why you
really?
don't see Hercules anywhere.
Wow.
Now, not on the run sheet, or it might be on the run sheet. Did I show you this Rush Toys release? Have I got it on the sheet?
Nope.
Check this one out. So this is our Aussie Jonah, aka Bronson Reed. Rush Toys are doing 4 different versions of Bronson Reed. A mass release figure with the skull on the front, the UK exclusive, the US exclusive, and then one that is their own exclusive with the red and black. Pretty cool for an Aussie wrestler to get 4 different figures at once.
Rush is another company now, is it? Is this a new company?
Yeah, I've never heard of them.
Wow, that's another one. Rush.
So, and they're doing the Hasbro style figures, so they look really, really cool. And also, I know I'm being bad. It's on the run sheet. I've been very busy. You didn't send me all the stuff until yesterday. Power Town, our favourite company. Power Town.
That's pretty good.
Where wrestling lives on. Magnum TA. That figure looks incredible.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So
it does look really good.
Get on the Power Town.
They almost look like a McFarlane type of figure, don't they?
Yeah, and the head looks like a photo.
Yeah. Oh man, it looks awesome. It's awesome. Worldwide toy pickers, we've covered that. Nothing for local news. You got anything for local news?
I can't remember whether you put it on the sheet, but do you want to talk about Briggs?
Yep.
So our mate Briggs and our mates at Cherry Collectibles. How cool is that? Just Briggsy down in Hobart at the Cherry store, just cracking some Revolution packs. So
they're cool looking cards.
Hey? Yeah, they're cool looking cards. And there's Briggsy with a Godfather. He's got a cheeky look on his face there that makes me think he might think he is a bit of a Godfather, Briggsy. Obviously, Australian rapper. And it's funny because when we first started doing the pod, I was watching do you remember the show BTN that kids watch at school?
BTN, no.
Okay, so there's a show on ABC called BTN, Behind the News. Everyone used to be made to watch it at school. Ripper show for kids. Anyway, he was on it being interviewed, and he had an LJN in the background. And I remember watching it going, I've got to tell James that Briggs had an LJN. And then because I didn't get a screenshot of it, and then I missed it, and then I thought, it doesn't matter. But then I see him making WWE cards, so he must be a big fan.
That Godfather card that he's holding up, is that part of the new what's the name that's been released? You know, the new box that's been released?
There's 2 new boxes that have come out, so I don't know which one that's from. I think it's called Revolution. Right.
So one of them is a Prism box, yeah? Prism set. Is that right?
I don't know. I'm not into the cards as much as you, so.
Cool. No, that's awesome. Cool. That is awesome.
Did you want to talk about the Honky Tonk Man?
Oh, yeah, Chilla Toys. So Chilla Toys have shown a bit of a sneak peek of their Greg Valentine Rhythm and Blues figure. Looks pretty good, don't you reckon?
Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, it looks really cool.
What does it say on his bum there? Only
the lonely.
Only the lonely. Very good. Very good. Speaking of cards, Chris, bit of a plug for the Hobby Hangout, Saturday the 2nd of July. Is that this weekend? It is too, this Saturday. Manning House at Sydney University. If you're in Sydney or nearabouts, get down there, show your support local, and I'm sure there's going to be some cracking cards on display and for sale. So good luck to those who are going. If you are going, take some photos and share them within the Figs Down Under group. It'd be great to see.
Buy me a present.
Buy me a present too. All right, that wraps up community news, and let's hear a word from Go Figure Collectibles.
The Wrestling with Figs podcast is proudly supported by Go Figure Collectibles.
I can't believe this.
Go Figure Collectibles have been established for over 20 years and have an extensive range of wrestling figures, DVDs, and merchandise. Go Figure Collectibles offers a huge variety of pop culture items such as Funko Pops, statues, TV, movie, and video game memorabilia, and so much more.
The fact for you, mate.
For all the Wrestling with Figs podcast listeners and Figs Down Under community members, use code FDU5 to save 5% off your next purchase store-wide.
You're gonna be joking me!
5%, yeah.
Visit them online at gofigurecollectibles.com.au, or if you're in the Melbourne area, go check out the store on 104 Bakers Road, Coburg, North Victoria, and say g'day to Jeff and the team.
G'day, mates.
Support local and support Go Figure Collectibles, who continue to do great things for the collecting community down under.
And go.
And you Go Figure Collectibles figure of the week, mate?
Yes, I've picked the. They've got them for sale now. The Ghostbusters Iron Studio statues. Now these things look absolutely epic. Now, we've got all the four Ghostbusters there and Slimer, the big dirty green machine. Now get down there to Go Figure and check those out. Also online.
Hey James, who's your favourite Ghostbuster?
I always liked Igor. Is it Igor? Egon, sorry. Egon. He was always my favourite as a kid. Who about you?
I always liked Dan Aykroyd, mate, but I couldn't tell you his name's Ray.
Yep, Ray.
Yeah, Ray.
And then Peter, and then the other guy, Winston.
Do you know, as a kid, I didn't actually really like Ghostbusters.
Didn't you? I had all the toys.
No. I like it more now as an adult than I did as a kid. But it's weird because I love Batman, all the Batman movies, but I never really liked the toys. But I always liked the Ghostbusters toys, but I didn't like the movie anyway.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm a strange man.
All right. Now, next we've got Merch Purge. Big week in Merch Purge.
Dude, I went down to the shops to pick up some fruit and veg. I couldn't help myself. Went down to the toy aisle. You never believe what I got. What you get? What you get? I got some figs. What you get? What you get? Found some figs.
All right, so I'll go first because mine is so insignificant compared to yours. And very sadly, I don't have any figs to show. I do have some cards. I sent off some redemption cards from Footy. And so Select this year did a series of cards called, they are called Spectrum Redemptions. So for each redemption card, you can get two redemption cards numbered to about 120. So I redeemed all 5 of the Fremantle ones. There's a close-up pic here as well. They are pretty cool-looking cards. They look like the Colour Blast cards that they do in other releases.
Is that a female player? Is that the female player?
Yeah, right? On the right, the red cards are the male and female captains of the two teams. So each level of card focuses on 2 players for a certain reason. So Spectrum 1 is a captain. 2, I think 1's a 50-game player. 3 is 50 to 100 games. 4 is 100 to 150, and then 5 is over 150. So cool cards. I have a huge order of figures coming again, but it's just and I've got an email from Ringside saying that my Hollywood Hogan's been pushed as well. So
pushed back or forward?
Pushed back, yeah. But one thing that I am excited by is, and I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, shipping is starting to get a little bit faster.
Yeah.
I'm getting stuff now from over east, 3 days, 4 days, when before it was 2 or 3 weeks. So that's a good sign. But now, James, please indulge us all with how many awesome things you've bought in the last 2 weeks.
Yes, well, I've been pretty quiet of late, and this is what I've been working towards. And I've, as you know, been building up a pretty decent Hasbro pre-production collection. Before I get into that, I wanted to show off my Ultimate Edition Hulk Hogan. I feel like I've created well, give me your opinion, the ultimate Hulk Rules Hogan. So what I did, Chris, is I obviously got the ultimate figure. I put the shirt on him, changed the head, and put the belt on him. And I think that's as good as it's going to get. But have a look at see the chest. See, there's a dot on his kind of left pec.
Yep.
That's from the bloody necklace.
Oh,
It's stuck to
really?
his chest. Yeah, it's left the paint marks. It's like, Jesus, like, how does that even happen? But anyway, I feel like that's as good as you're going to get for the Hulk Rules Hogan. Unless anyone has any tips or advice, I'm happy to give it a go. But I think that's
You know what?
as close I'm going to get.
You know what bugs me with the that figure is not anything. I think it's a ripper what you've done with it, but where the Hulk Rules joins,
Yeah.
that should join at the back.
Yeah,
It should join at the back so that the Hulk Rules is perfectly written.
Yeah.
It's just dumb. Like, why would you
It
make
is.
that joint at the front? And I know some people would say, "Oh, you know, if he rips his shirt open," but then you have the shirt that looks like the rip shirt. You don't have that. That shirt is designed to connect, and that should be at the back so that the front is perfectly written Hulk Rules.
Yeah.
singlet.
the only thing it needs, like that bandana, that's in my opinion. And if you look at all the photos, the original Hulk Rules Hogan has got a bandana.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I can't put a bandana on this head. But that head is much better than the one we got with the actual Hulk Rules Hogan.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think that's as close as we're going to get to the real thing.
So that's
All right.
the Survivor Series Hulk Rules Hogan with the ultimate head and the belt.
No, so it's the Ultimate Hulk Hogan
Yeah.
with the Survivor Series singlet
Crazy
and belt.
eyes. Yeah.
And then the Ultimate, it's got one of the spare Ultimate heads. So
Yeah. No, good one.
All right, next up, we've got we're on the Hogan train here. But got from Get Big Shots, the Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy. Now this, Chris, is it is unbelievable. It's such a good product. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I just saw it and thought I want to get that. But there you go. Tacking on to what you're saying about the Hulk Rules singlet. Look at that. Hulk Rules is written perfectly. But that there
Have you
next
had
to
a
the
wrestle with it already, James?
No, mate, I don't want to get it dirty. It's so good. It's so good. It's such a good, as my wife calls it, a teddy bear.
You'll have to get a couple for your kids, mate.
Yeah, they're bloody. My kids are too young, mate. They trashed it in 5 minutes. Next up, we've got, and this was a surprise from my good friend Johnny Watson, a slam dunking Don original 91 Minton card unpunched.
Jeez, that's amazing, isn't it?
It's cool. It's so cool. I had this as a kid, and I do not remember opening it up. I don't remember the packaging. It just, it looks really, really cool. Really cool.
How much do you reckon Jordan would have got any royalties out of that?
Now, I think there's certain, no, I don't think so. You know, there's no, apart from the number, there's no other, or in the color, I guess, there's no other resemblance to Michael Jordan. But yeah.
So just the red shirt, the 23, and the basketball being in the 90s when Jordan was doing everything.
91, yeah. No, I don't think he would have. I don't.
Yeah, no resemblance. No, I can see your point there. No resemblance at all. He
Yeah.
actually, with his little glasses on, he looks more like Horace Grant.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah, brilliant.
That's so
All right,
cool.
next up, we've got some big boy purchases. Now, this one here is my Hasbro British Bulldog test shot prototype.
Very cool.
Beautifully graded 85. Amazing piece. Very happy to have that in my collection. Big thanks to Adam Fry, who's also a member of the group who sold that to me. Excuse me. And last but not least, a Series 3 Hasbro Brutus 2-up hand-painted prototype.
Very cool.
That's cased up alongside my Smash unpainted 2-up.
And there were no shears with the 2-up?
Nah, look, I imagine there was. So the history behind this, this and Warlord 2-up were actually in the collection of, in the stash of Ron Rudat, and he actually got rid of them. And the person that took Brutus is the person that sorry, let me start again. The person that got it off Ron Rudat sold it to Mark Reynolds, and then I've since purchased it off Mark Reynolds. So that come out of Ron Rudat's attic or storage or whatever you want to call it. But I'm sure if it's somewhere, it might be in his attic somewhere. But yeah, it'd be great to have him though.
Hey, yeah, while we're on the topic of prototypes, we're going to members merch perch. I've got the best thing I've probably ever seen, I reckon, in our group.
Right.
And I'm so proud and happy that these are in Aussie collectors' hands. Posted today. Johnny Watson, have a look at these. The
They're
talking Hogan and Warrior figures, the prototypes, they are the best looking prototypes I've ever seen.
That Hogan's awesome.
It is so cool. And these sort of predate a lot of stuff about Hasbro. Like even the talking figures are super cool now, but these protos are bang on the look of the final product. I'm assuming they don't have a string on the back, but because they're the figure protos, not the actual voice box. But geez, John, you are Australia's biggest Hasbro collector by far. They are fantastic, and I am coming to your house at some point. Just so you know, I won't steal anything. Trust me, I'm not that sort of person. I might. I'll say I won't. Otherwise, you won't let me come over. But I don't know how old you are, John. You could be younger than me. You could be older than me. But if you're looking for a son to adopt, I'm here. I'll quit my job. I'll come and live with you. I'll work for you. I just want to be around your figures.
Chris will be your favourite, John.
He has got the best collection.
It's amazing, huh? I love that Hulk Hogan prototype more so than the Warrior. The Hogan just looks.
So I'm going to call it here. John Watson is the Hulk Hogan of the page, and that would make me probably the Coco Beware. Like I'd probably be just a jobber, just turn up, Frankie on my arm,
just doing your
maybe
best.
honky tonk man can only really get through 3 or 4 minutes of a match, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then because of your prototypes, I'd say that puts you're probably more of a mid-carder, so I will call you Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Hacksaw James Duggan. There you go.
Come on, mate. A bit better than that, I thought.
Look, I don't want to boost your ego.
Have another crack. I've got a small ego, mate.
Jake the Snake.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Did you see Johnny Watson had the wax or the prototype heads of those two figures as well?
Yeah, I saw that on Merch Perch as well. Like,
what do you say?
I'm just so impressed.
Yeah.
Like John Watson is right now living the life that I wish I was living. So,
well done, Johnny.
Really cool.
Well,
and now your members Merch Perch, not as cool, but still cool.
Very cool. It's more sentimental. So it's Daniel Lang, a Transformer Starscream, and the reason why I chose this is that I think he bought one. I'm just trying to remember what the story was, but he either bought this with his son or his son actually bought one as well, which I thought that's pretty cool. You know, your son goes to the store with you and he walks out with a similar collectible, and that's an 80s cartoon or version of a toy version. Jesus, I can't speak. It's an 80s popular cartoon, and it's a toy that the kid probably has never seen the show, and he's buying it. But that's the influence from his dad, so that's pretty cool. Very sentimental.
And I'll tell you what I want to buy that's Transformers based is the Optimus Prime Lego. Have you seen that?
No.
It looks incredible, but it's sold out. It sold out online really quickly.
Oh, shit.
But what happened?
Well, 80s,
I missed it.
Prime?
I'll send you a picture afterwards. I missed it, and I saw somebody else in another group say, "Hey, cool, look at this." And then Scalp was already flipping it. But a few years ago, Lego did a different release, and I was like, "Oh, I missed it." And then I found them at Toymate stores like 6 months later. So I'm just holding to see what happens.
I think I'm looking at it now for about $350.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's so cool, isn't it? So cool.
Yeah. They said
and Lego.
So I don't know if you can see in the background there, I've got an Optimus Prime model car, 89 Batmobile, and a Back to the Future vehicle. And I had a Ghostbusters Ecto-1, but I had to send that back because it arrived busted up. But I thought, I might get the Lego versions of them because Back to the Future's got one. It looks awesome.
Yeah.
1989 Batmobile's got one, and now Transformers. There's an Ecto one Lego too. It looks pretty cool.
Hey, speaking just very quickly of Back to the Future, remember on the weekend when Origin was in Perth, and
Yep.
you said, "Are you watching Origin?" You sent me a message saying, "Are you watching Origin? It's in Perth." What did I say to you?
You're watching Back to the Future.
Back to the Future 2, baby. And
Yeah.
I took a photo to show you that I was actually watching Back to the Future 2 with my kids. My son, he loves it. This is one of the joys of being a parent. He's just getting old enough for these sort of movies. And he watched the first one on my birthday in March. The kids said, "Oh, we'll have a movie night, Dad." And I said, "Well, I want to watch Back to the Future." And they loved it. And then I've been holding off on the second one because there's a bit more raunchiness to the second one, but not too much. But he's only with the mum with the fake boobs and stuff. But
Yeah.
it's just edgy for a 7-year-old to be watching that sort of stuff. Anyway, I let him watch it, and he at the end, because it's the two we concluded to the third one. He's like, "Oh my God, we've got to watch the third one straight away." So school holidays this weekend. That's what we'll be doing on Friday night.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Well, that wraps up Merch Perch for the week. A great week there. Well done to all involved. Let's jump into what's online.
Did you see what was online? What's online? Some bloke selling some LJN figures on eBay. What's he asking? He's asking too much. Well, did you make an offer? Make an offer. You can't make an offer. It's an auction. Well, just slide into his DMs. Maybe he wants to let them go for less. Maybe he's just trying to whet your appetite. Well, I don't know. We'll just make an offer. I can't make an offer. It's an auction. We'll just slide right in to the DMs. What else is online? Oh, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff online.
So, James, you got to go in first here. I found some cool stuff this week.
Okay.
First one is a Melbourne marketplace ad. I thought of you when I saw this. The Shawn Michaels sexy boy hat. I just think that you could wear this with your chaps and your jacket, and you could just like strut around, maybe at the card fairs.
It's funny you say that because I saw this and I was actually going to tag and say, "Chris Maddock, perfect for you."
Oh, that's funny. That's funny because I actually know somebody in the UK who has one of these autographed by Shawn Michaels, and he sold it
Oh,
for
God.
a lot of money.
Really?
That's a bit of a joke, that one. Second one I want to show you what's online is I love the way people list things. So this is not actually something that I'm just trying to promote. I'm just wanting you to see this listing and tell me what you think of it.
Well,
That's the photo. It's just this. The head is on the side, and
vintage
and it's
action,
just
yeah.
a photo of the head, and the head's the wrong way, and it says "Vintage Action Man figure, $50."
Very abstract. Very abstract.
Royal Rumble T-shirt, very cool.
That's
Royal
cool.
Rumble 2011, $75. T-shirt looks in great condition.
Yep.
I want to tell me, James, what is wrong with this one? It's a red
Yeah.
card Undertaker. It's $365.
cloak.
That seems like a very good price. Can you
Missing-
tell me what's
missing-
wrong?
Missing the cloak, mate.
It's not. That's a Series 4 taker.
Yeah.
Stuck into a red card. And if you look really closely, you'll see that behind the window is actually ripped, and somebody has put a different taker into the red card and then sealed it back up with the hole in it. No end.
Oh, yeah, you can
And
see
then
the
try
rip.
to-
Yeah.
Try to flog it off as a red card at a cheaper price. So be careful of idiots like that. People will see that and go, "Oh, red card, I'll buy it quickly before it goes."
Yeah.
Now, my biggest find online this week is from our man, Jeff, the godfather of figs. Check out this and tell me this is not the coolest thing you've ever seen. The Hannibal Lecter. I don't actually know who made it. It's not NECA, is it? It's Blitzway, is it?
Is that Hot Toys or?
Hot Toys, I'm not sure, but the look of this figure, and then when you see the detail, gee whiz, I wouldn't want that anywhere near me because it would freak me out. But the actual quality of this toy it's the best thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs. Jesus, that's a. Have you watched that movie?
Hello, Clarice. Yes, I have.
Yeah. Hannibal the Cannibal. All right, this one's also for you, mate. I found a Lego life size of Dirk Nowitzki with a good old price of $11,000 or best offer.
Is that Lego?
That's Lego, yeah.
Now, Daddy Dirk, how good was he when they beat the Cavs?
Oh, yeah.
That
That's right.
series, one of the best final series in NBA history. That was so good.
Yep.
I mean, it was Dirk. He just carried that team.
Yep. You know, they were the oldest team in the league at that year?
I did not know that, but there you go.
They're the oldest team in the league. Next here, this really, I really find this interesting, right? If I had to spare $1,400, I would snap it up. Now, this is a WrestleMania 6 ticket stub, PSA graded, of WrestleMania 6 at the Sky Dome on, where's the date? The date, can you see the date there, Chris? Sunday, April 1st, 1990. Awesome. It's an awesome piece of history for us, for people of our generation. I would buy that purely for sentimental value. I don't, would it go up? Probably. But I would buy that purely just to have, because that's pretty cool. That's really cool. And last but not least, do you remember this as a kid? The Kenner Vintage 1993 Shaq Attack Rookie of the Year. What would you call that? A play set? Action figure and play set?
I've never seen this before in my life.
Really? Google it. You'll probably find some of them that you've seen, but they're made by Kenner.
Yeah.
And this is one of 3 or 4 different play sets, actually, and they're all Shaquille O'Neal inspired. So that is epic. That brings back some
pinstripes of the Magic.
Yep. Love it. And it's only online now for $15 US.
Really?
That's mint and sealed. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Very cool. Very
Might
cool.
get on after the show.
Yeah, have a look. Kenner Shaq Attack. All right, well, that wraps up what's online. Let's get into Fig preview and review.
It's time to review a fig from today or the past. Which will it be? Stay tuned to find out.
Okay, we are still on the Mattel Legends line, mate. What do you reckon? Do you think this is the last one? Legends Series 13? Yeah, I think
it's got to be the last one because we're now getting into the point where we're talking about people who aren't legends.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it, guys and girls. This is our last Legends discussion. What do you reckon we should discuss next?
Got to go to Jack's, mate.
Mate, that's going to take forever. Anyway, we'll talk offline. Mattel Legends Series 13. We've got a Hurricane, not a legend. What do you think?
Not a legend, but
not
cool
a legend.
Figure.
That's all right. Triple H.
Legend.
What do you think of the figure?
You need this Legends Triple H if you're doing the DX set. So they've already had the other ones in the other Billy Gunn and X-Pac and a few others. So you've got to get the camo and China, get the camo Triple H.
Yep. Jake the Snake plus the variant. That Jake the Snake there, that's the same attire that he is wearing when he latches the snake onto Macho Man's arm. Remember that?
I feel like we've seen this Jake the Snake before, though, Jamesy.
Well, there's a Jake the Snake Series 2. It's similar, very, very similar, but the paint color is different. But that there is his evil attire where he's just a badass, stalking Miss Elizabeth and Macho Man at the wedding and latching on a snake. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
And the variant, I can't think what the variant. I think he's got grey pants or something.
It was the grey pants.
Yep. And last but not least, Bob Orton. I think Bob Orton's probably the best out of this lot. What do you reckon?
Just not a huge fan. Not a huge Bob Orton fan. But I like the figure. I like the look of it. So.
All right. Well, that wraps up Series 13. That's a very, very short and quick one.
It was underwhelming. That series is a really underwhelming series. Like, if you're talking about Legends, you want me to buy Legends into my collection, the only one of those 4 is Jake the Snake. That's when you're talking about the superstars of our childhood, like Triple H, yes, only just towards the end of my childhood, maybe early adulthood. And yes, he's had a lot to do with it, but that version of Triple H being the DX version, that's Attitude Era, it's too soon to be legend.
Yep. All right, mate. Well, that wraps up Figure Preview Review. Let's get into... let's hear another word from Go Figure Collectible.
Coming towards the ring,
Mattel, Jax, Hasbro, LJN, Remco, Super 7. Are you looking for a store that stacks all the latest and greatest wrestling figures? Then look no further, because Go Figure Collectibles has everything you're looking for. Jeff and the team at Go Figure Collectibles are always filling the shelves with the latest releases and buying up old cherished collections to fulfill any vintage collection needs. Visit them online at gofigurecollectibles.com.au, or if you're in the Melbourne area, go check out their store at 104 Bakers Road, Coburg, North Victoria. And introduce yourself to Jeff and the team. Plus, Wrestling with Figure podcast listeners can use code FDU5 to save 5% off your next purchase store-wide. That's Go Figure Collectibles.
it's question time. It's question time. It's time to ask the boys a question. What's on your mind? Let us know and we will tell you the answer.
Now, we're in a bit of trouble here, Chris, because the questions that were asked, they didn't ask them on the actual Q&A thread. They asked them on the post, which I'm trying to find in my news feed on the Figs Down Under group. Oh, here we go. Is that Karrion Kross? Why is there no questions? Oh, here we go. Got it. Found it.
Amazing content tonight, everyone.
Amazing content. Sorry about that. It just proves that people don't read, right? When you say write in our thread, our Q&A thread, but they just don't do it. Anyway.
I work in education and people can't read anything, mate. They can't read emails either. Teachers can't read emails.
Yeah. What's your opinion on the news of Vince McMahon that just came out? My opinion is I don't really care.
My opinion is I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
A senior man with lots of money has an affair with younger staffer and tries to pay her off with hush money. Well, this was a story I've heard a billion times before.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it's being made as such a big deal.
Yeah, look, I think it's... Look, from an organisational point of view, he stood down, they've acted, and that's all you can ask for the organisation. In terms of Vince doing it, morally incorrect, according to my morals. I'm sure you're the same. But yeah, like you said, not shocked. Not shocked.
Yeah. Doesn't bother me. You want to have an affair, good luck to you.
Yep.
Really, if you're a grown adult, you make your own decisions, and then you just got to live by the results of those decisions.
Yeah.
And the whole idea of having an affair for me is a definite no-no. But and I don't condone it at all. But Vince McMahon's a grown man; he can make his own decisions, and I don't understand. I think it's the hush money that's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
And doing it in a way that was not known to the board, so it was like a secret payment. But why he wouldn't just pay out of his own bank account instead of using company money? You'd think he would be absolutely loaded.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Mystery.
somebody else's problem.
Mystery. Yep. This is from Mickey Savage. What up with the figure legs? Is he talking about this figure? Okay, must be talking about this figure here, the Karrion Kross. I don't know. So it looks like he's missing the ankle joints. Is he a really tall figure or something, Karrion Kross?
Well, let's bring it up. I've got the giveaway Karrion Kross. Is that the one he's talking about?
Yeah.
It just looks like the legs are missing there at the bottom.
Yeah.
I just think it's a colour thing. I think it's the red reflecting off the front of the window.
Yeah. We can't actually answer that one, Mickey Savage. Next one, we've got Nick Johnson. Do you prefer more or less articulation on a figure? Does realism go over aesthetics? It's a good question because, yes, like playing around with that Hogan Ultimate the other day, I felt it was a little bit too much where they become a little bit flimsy.
Yeah.
If you know what I I think there's a sweet spot. I think Ultimates are fantastic, but I think it's overkill personally.
Yeah. Well, I don't mind the adhesive articulation because then you can at least move the joints into the poses that you want. And like you look at Hasbro, that used to be one of the biggest frustrations was things like you'd have crush, but you couldn't do the skull crushing because his hands didn't go that way.
Yeah.
So I reckon more articulation, the better.
Cool. Brett Amos, what accessories did Hasbro not include with the WWF figure that they absolutely should have?
Removable hats.
Yeah, but it come with a hat.
Accessories now.
Well, here's one
Rick Martel should
the
have
Arrogant?
an Arrogant spray.
Yep. I think the IC and tag team belts should have come along with some of the figures.
Yeah, real belts. Yep, definitely real belts. Yep. Even with the yellow ring should have had a proper belt by that point.
Yeah. Tony Bognuda, he said Warlord stick. That's a good call.
Yep. The staff. Yep. Even like
Snake's bag.
Back in those days, every wrestler had something. It would always be something like, but yeah, even like more jackets, coats. Tatanka could have brought down his beads, and where do you end?
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I would have said Jake the Snake's bag. I would have thought the bag should have come with it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think. I think the belts for sure. So an IC and tag team belts. Who else was there? Christopher. You had the natural. I don't know. It's not an accessory, but tugboat. Sorry, no. Earthquake should have been in natural disasters attire rather than an earthquake.
That's not
attire.
an accessory. That's a different question. You're answering the wrong question. Don't answer that.
Well, I did say that. Well, that's pretty much it, I think. Unless we're missing something. Yeah, that's all I can think of.
Yep, I'm happy with that.
How about you?
Well,
all right. What's the best question, mate? What's the best question?
Probably the Vince question, or the over articulation question.
So Nick Johnson, that's what I was going to say.
Yep. All right, I'm happy with Nick.
Ding, 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 ding. Nick Johnson, you are the winner. Congratulations, Nick. Send me your details, and you will be getting a Karrion Kross Series 93 in the mail from our good friends over at Go Figure Collectibles. Congratulations. Well, that's another episode wrapped up. Christopher, anything else from you?
No, just we'll try and keep the group pumping a bit more. It's been a bit quiet. I'm on holidays as of Friday, and we'll try and share a few more things and get more involved. It's a little bit of a lull. This time of year always seems to lull a bit, June, July, August with figs. And then once you get to SummerSlam, everything seems to pick up again. So let's just see how we go with events and what's happening around the wrestling world, and then see what more will be released, because it's hard to have lots of things to talk about until there's lots of releases. If you do have something to sell, use a sales thread, and make sure if you need to post anything that you think might be slightly against the rules, seek permission first.
I'll also say, because I'm currently selling a bunch, and most people, Steve Kemp, one of them, amazing to deal with. Most of the group's been awesome, but there's the odd person out there that gets you to take extra photos, send them over, and then you ghost them, or they ghost you. It's rude. Just don't do it. If you have no intention, even if you just said, nah, not in my price range, or I don't like it, sweet as. But if you're just wasting people's time or getting to send, I've got 2 kids, busy, working, all that sort of stuff. If you want me to take extra photos, that's fine. I'm more than happy to do that. But communicate with me whether you want it or not. It's annoying and rude. So please stop doing that and respect other people's time.
James, can you send me some more photos as well? I just would like to see some more.
More than happy to send you some photos. Of what? Of me?
No, please don't send me any more of those. I've got enough.
All right, that'll do us for this week, guys. Thanks for joining us once again Find us on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Please give us a 5-star review. It helps us get the name out there and support other collectors in our beautiful land down under. I just want to give a shout out to Johnny Watson and Brett Amos. It's, as a Hasbro tragic myself, it's great to see these amazing pieces coming down under and staying in our collections, because I'm sure none of us are letting them go for a very, very long time. Find us on all of our social accounts, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and always use the hashtag The Hunt Never Ends. You know why, Chris?
Never ends, and I'm going to be out hunting next week, so I'll be sharing some photos on our page of what is out there at the moment, so stay tuned for that. We'll see you next week, James.
See you next week. Actually, quickly, I was in my Target today, and I saw, what's the Elite Series with Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen here?
92 or 91?
Yes, it was. It was 92. It was 92 at my local Target. So check your local Targets, guys, if you're after an Elite Series 92 figure. Thank you, guys, and we'll catch you on the flip side.
See you guys.